Up next, the Timberwolves taking on the Hornets. For Minnesota, kind of a seesaw affair over the last 10 games. But this team feels they are better than a 500 team. They look to tip that balance with the win here. Hornets, Timberwolves, the NBA on 2K Sports.
I'm just saying, I make this in 2 days.
It is evident I do better when I feel like the world against me and think I should never win. Had to stop and pocket profit every time the pussy me. He had to get it out the mud and rise up out the sediment. Catch me early like Sunday school. Sunday suit. Pastor play with the fool. Me, I just keep it cool. He tell me dirty. Ask for my dirty money. Talking wash away my sins like Jesus opened the laundry.
Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. As you take a look at Charlotte, their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Josh Green is out there with Bridges, and it's Williams at the 5. And for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Gobert is out there with Julius Randle, and it's Conley in at the point. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Ball against Conley. Ball with the bucket.
What a finish by LaMelo Ball. Thin frame, but that length at 6'7", he can mix it up now.
Pass to McDaniels. To the paint. Wants to get it to Edwards and does. To the middle. Here's Bridges. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And so Conley will bring the ball up for Minnesota. Here's Randle, and Randle throws it down.
Well, if the basket is within reach, Julius Randle understands how to finish.
This game for the Charlotte Hornets, it was a loss to the Celtics. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. In talking to Coach, he discussed the hidden talents of LaMelo Ball. Coach said he's still a young player in this league, but we can't take that lightly. We've seen what he's done to soft defenses. We need to be physical. So we'll see if that defense tightens up for them. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals round.
And it goes down 2 points.
Well, in the paint, it's the length and the agility of LaMelo Ball to get things done around physical defenders.
There's a good screen. Here's Edwards. The shot, no good. Bridges with some nice defense. Pass the ball. Conley against Bridges. Outside, Green. Miller surveying the floor. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bridges. Gobert with the block.
Almost inescapable, that 7'9" wingspan. Send it back, big Rudy Gobert.
Edwards' shot is good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Ball. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. And the slam by Williams.
This guy looks like a veteran in pick-and-roll action already. LaMelo Ball just taking the defenders apart.
Conley dishes to Gobert. Pass to McDaniels. Now Edwards. Here's Randall. Bridges with some nice defense. Charlotte leading by 4. It's good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Back to Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Conley against Ball. Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stop.
Oh, guys, the agility, the hops, everything about Anthony Edwards. So good athletically.
Williams a screen on Edwards. Miller kicks to Ball. Out to Miller. The 3. Drills the three-pointer.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Timberwolves trail by 7. LaMelo Ball came in like a storm into this NBA, Doris, but hasn't been able to stay healthy since.
It's so true, Kevin, and that's unfortunate because the skill is apparent every time he plays. He's a game changer with his size and his playmaking. The NBA is better off because of the flair and the style he brings when he is healthy.
Here's Bridges. Michael Conley making his last shot. Ball surveying the defense. And the layup's good off the glass. Ball's got 8 points.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
The Timberwolves break your day.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Diabate's checked in. Okogie comes in for Green. Smith checked in for Miller. And it's Seth Curry in for Ball. Now here's Randall. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
Well, Julius Randle has put in time to grow his ability to make three-point shots. Nice delivery.
Hey, DB, we don't see a lot of them, but from what you have seen and heard, what can the Charlotte Hornets do better to improve their overall game?
Well, I think one of the things you have to look at is what are they doing successfully on the offensive end and what are their weaknesses? One of the weaknesses is drawing fouls and getting opportunities at the free throw line. To me, Kev, the best teams do a good job of getting easy points, whether in transition or at the charity stripe.
So it's Minnesota now, following the bucket by the Hornets. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Charlotte leading by 6. Pass to Bridges. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Miles Bridges has a frame that allows him to play through contact, and he welcomes and relishes those opportunities.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. first one falls for him.
You know, the talent, the strength, the athleticism is all there for Miles Bridges. This guy can put up monster numbers on the offensive end.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Miller comes in for Julius Randle. And Anthony Edwards subbed in for Clark. And a switcher also for Charlotte. LaMelo Ball, he's checked in for Josh Okogie. Both free throws good from Bridges.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Edwards passes to DiVincenzo. Edwards inside, covered by Smith. Edwards, that's good. Edwards got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
And Ball puts up a deep 3. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Hornets lead by 6. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. For those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hornets?
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
We've got Naz Reid. Edwards is out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Minot in at the power forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. And here is Ball after Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. And Nurkic, the bucket on the assist by Ball. Ball's got 3 assists tonight.
LaMelo Ball has that basketball on an absolute string and always times his passes quite nicely.
Now here's DiVincenzo, still without a basket. Here's Minot, and the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
And he makes the first. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Ours is checked in. Both good from the line that time. Hornets leading by 3. Smith outside. To the wing right side. Outside for Curry. No good on the 3.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Guarded by Curry. Now DiVincenzo. Nothing on the board. Shoots over Ball. DiVincenzo can't hit it. The Hornets shooting a magnificent 69% in this game. Pass Pass the ball. There's the triple. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss. Timberwolves trail by 3. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Edwards. And the rejection by Smith. And he's able to get it back. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. 4-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
I think it was a lot of bad decisions leading to a lot of poor looks. Patience was not their best quality in that basketball game.
Hits it from three-point range. Alexander Walker's got his second bucket tonight.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Offensive rebound. The kick out to Ball. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Ball dishes to Smith. Curry outside. Einat pulls it in.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
They set the screen. Pass to Edwards. Fires away from outside. Edwards with another miss.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
A breakdown looking at some of the stats for Julius Randle.
And he's got it going at the foul line these days. His free throw percentage looks a lot different in the last 10 games than it did earlier in the season. He's tinkered with a few things and really improved his form.
Miller outside. Bridges kicks to Green. Pass to Bridges. The tray. Minnesota with the rebound. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection. This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Miller Miller against DiVincenzo. Miller inside. Williams, a screen on DiVincenzo. Charlotte, no good that time either.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Conley finds Gobert. Back to Conley. Randall against Bridges. Takes the 13-footer. Gobert the pass to Randall. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on Miles Bridges.
Well, with his strength, Julius Randle can absorb contact easier than a lot of players. This guy is not going to be intimidated.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
And that one misses. DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randall has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
It seems to me Julius Randle improves every season, and the more responsibility he's given, it seems the better he performs.
Now here's Williams. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game, and he makes that one.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Coaches call that doing your work early. If you are there defensively, it really does not allow for him to establish that kind of excellent positioning down low.
Randall right side, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The first free throw is good. And the Hornets making a change here. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. From Target Center, back in a moment.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race.
Taking a look here now at the Hornets, just 1 week left in the season. They have not been mathematically eliminated from the postseason, but I don't know, Shaq.
Yeah, but it'll take more than math for them to make it. They're going to need a miracle.
Don't you have a doctorate in math?
No, education.
And moving on to the Timberwolves now. They're in the midst of a close game.
My bed is the best you can buy, but it ain't as soft as their defense right now. They got to shore up that side of the ball.
I think Shaq needs a nap. Somebody's tired of watching Bad D. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. On the court for the Hornets, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Green, and it's Williams at the 5 roaming the paint. Now here's Edwards. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Ball with the bucket.
Now this is just a big-time offensive performance from a young LaMelo Ball. He's already put the league on notice.
Ball against Conley. Pass to Gobert. Tries from 10. Williams with the block. Ball dishes to Bridges. Ball the pass to Bridges. That shot off. Randall with some nice D. Ball finds Bridges. Williams sets a screen for Miller. 6 to shoot. And Williams with the stuff.
Nice selfless play by Miller, the rookie sharing the wealth out there.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniel said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. And here is Conley after Miles Bridges getting his shot to go from deep. Randall right side. Here's Edwards. The muscle from Edwards.
Anthony Edwards in the painted area is going to be a force. Size, strength, and hops. Look out.
And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Green with a screen on Randall. Here's Bridges. Sweet little floater. Bridges has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Edwards against Miller. Edwards making a statement.
Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Attention fans, now on the court is your hype squad. Get loud and let them hear it. It's time for defense.
Checked in for McDaniel. The Hornets also with the sub. Smith is checked in. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Ball up top, over by Conley. Miller kicks to Smith. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 ball. Knocks down the 3 ball. Smith's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hornets.
Steady from beyond the arc. Smith's improvement from there could really make him a dangerous player.
Randall down low. He's against Williams. Gobert gets the bucket.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Smith outside. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Ball against Thompson. And Ball slams it in.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
Randall outside. Back to Conley. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Mike Conley was drafted, Doris, back in 2007. And somehow, someway, he's gone his whole career without receiving a technical foul. Heck, you and I have received technical fouls over here, but not him on the floor.
Kevin, that is an impressive feat. And it's also probably why he's won the NBA Sportsmanship Award more than anyone else in the history of the league, and why we will never win it.
First free throw is good.
Mike Conley, probably one of the most respected players in the league, and I don't see this guy stopping anytime soon. He brings great effort every single night, plays with a team-minded selflessness, is a big shot maker. This guy has had such a solid, probably underrated career.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Ball. He's got 15. Miller outside. It's a hand on it. Randall grabs the board.
This shot's just, it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. Let's see the stat sheet here on Miles Bridges. His last 10 games, he's putting up about 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
And he makes the first. Reed, he's checked in for Minnesota. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Edwards. The Hornets also changing it up. Diabate's checked in, and it's Seth Curry in for Ball.
We got this. Oh, I got shooter, man. Big rebound. Gotta get it. Big rebound. Let's get it. Good check.
And he can't hit the second. One thing this team likes about Miles Bridges, Greg, he plays a lot. He's always there.
And Kevin, on a couple occasions, Bridges has been near the top in minutes played. He's got that strong 6'7" frame, and it holds up well over the season.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside Conley. Reed with a screen on Curry. Another miss by Minnesota. Charlotte has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Rebound, Minnesota. Here's Conley. Basket, good. Conley's got 6 points.
Hey, this guy is competitive, he's tough, and he'll play through contact. Mike Conley doing work inside.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
All right, look who's coming off the court. Come on, lead up for your Timberwolves dancer.
Clark comes in for Alexander Walker. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. Okogie's checked in for the Hornets. .105 left in the third quarter. Curry looking around. On the wing, Bridges. He's defended by Randall. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from the line. Okogie. Outside for Curry. Charlotte moving the ball around. Smith for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Smith's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hornets.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
24 seconds left in the third. Randall against Bridges. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the third. Shot clock at 5. Driving inside. Outside Curry. Over Dillingham. It's Curry. That time on the assist from Bridges. Curry's got his first bucket of the night. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Joe Ingles is out there with Naz Reid. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's Clark in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Wow, LaMelo is always a tough matchup, but tonight, almost impossible.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. DiVincenzo with the screen for Edwards. 3-pointer. Edwards with confidence.
What a response from Anthony Edwards. If you make a 3, he wants to come right back at you.
Pass to Nurkic. He can't get that one to fall. Timberwolves trail by 8. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Inside. Ingles can't get it to go.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Here's Ball. Pass to Okogie. From 12 feet out. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, my goodness. Nurkic off his feet in a hurry. That's a pretty finish.
Ingles with a screen on Ball. DiVincenzo against Ball. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
DiVincenzo against Curry. And Ball gets double teamed to the left side wing. A shot by Diabate. No good. Timberwolves trail by 10. Down low. Ball stolen. Here's Ball. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
But they've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Joe Ingles. McDaniels, he's checked in for Clark. And it's Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. Now, he was vocal in the huddle. He told his guys, don't quit on each other. We're still in this game, guys, but I need each one of you to up your energy level. Let's make a run now. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. Now here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stop.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
Here's Miller. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That'll be his second foul of the game. Well, when you talk about the NBA going global, the last 6 MVPs, Doris, as you know, all international players.
Kevin, what I love about this is the NBA wants the best players, regardless of where they come from. There's a time where American players just dominated that award for years and years. Fact of the matter is, it's good for the game to get the baddest, best players in the world, and we've done that.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Pass to Green. Ball against Conley. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
And he knocks down the first one.
One thing that impresses you about LaMelo, the way he reads defenses and makes the game easier for everyone around him.
Ball hits them both. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Edwards at full speed. Misses the baby hook. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Williams against Randall. Williams kicks the ball. Williams has a screen for Ball. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And it's slammed in by Williams.
LaMelo Ball showing off that facilitation. That is pretty pick-and-roll basketball.
Randall outside. Conley, the pass to Edwards. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Edwards got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Minnesota.
pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Timberwolves trail by 13. Handle outside. Pass to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
This guy always amongst the league leaders in dunks. Gobert is a force around the cup.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
Timberwolves, you can't do. Give him a hand, fans. You're a pop.
.127 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Miller. Good. And the Hornets lead by 13.
And more than just a jump shooter, Miller's very good around the rim. A rare quality for a wing these days.
Here's Edwards. Inside, Edwards finishes strong.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Hornets.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first two.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for LaMelo Ball.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
That's good from Ball.
Well, what we know is LaMelo Ball is so young, but already an all-star. The future bright with a guy who can pass it and shoot it as consistently as he can.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Miller outside. Green taking his time here. Outside, Ball. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Here's Minnesota. They trail by 14. Here's Edwards. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Ball. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, LaMelo Ball.